Hi guys, Andrea Mills here. Today I'm going to give you an update on how my whole decluttering with the KonMari method is coming along. And I've already done videos about the first 3 steps, which were clothes, books, and then paper. And the 4th category is called Komono, or miscellaneous. And this is by far the biggest category because it encompasses almost everything. So we started this category back in December. As of this video, actually almost exactly, would it be 6 months ago? December, January, February, March, April, May, 5 months ago to the day is when I started doing the Komono section, and I actually finished almost 2 months ago. I just haven't got around to making a video about it. I was trying to think, I don't know what, I took video all along of everything that not everything, that's the point. I took video all along, but I'm not sure what I got videos of. So I decided to try to make a list of all of the projects and decluttering that we did over the that 3 or 4 months. And I'm sure that I forgot plenty of things, but I will say the whole reason I started this was at the beginning of the school year. I was starting to feel really overwhelmed with, like, there was just too much stuff to deal with. So I decided I'm going to cancel all extra activities with the kids until I get the house in order, and I didn't anticipate that it would actually take me this long to do it, but I'm really glad. So this whole school year we've really done nothing but the very basics of our school things, and I've just focused as much as I can at the pace I am able to work on decluttering, organizing, getting projects done that I wanted to get done so that I can feel better about the state of things here. And the attic especially, that was the big thing that I wanted to get done, and it's so beautiful now. I feel so happy with how it came out, but it's a super overwhelming job. There's just so many things to do. And this whole miscellaneous category is just gigantic. It's just kind of like divide and conquer. That's one of the things I really like about the KonMari method. Not so much the whole idea of what sparks joy, although that's kind of, I mean, obviously it's part of it, but for me, it was being able to focus on one thing at a time, or one category at a time. And that's really kind of how I dealt with everything. And I didn't like super over categorize things, but you know, like all the kitchen stuff was one of the things that we decluttered. So we pulled out all the dishes from all the cabinets, all the small appliances. I made a huge mess for several days in the house while we worked on it, and I just started putting back the things that I knew absolutely that I wanted to use. That's kind of my own method, is favorites first. So after I pulled everything out and I'm looking at it, and I went up in the attic and I found everything up there that was, you know, kitchen related, and brought that down, and I first established my boundaries. Where am I going to keep this stuff? And it all needs to stay in the kitchen cupboards. I had stuff on top of the cabinets that I wanted to clear out because I didn't want to store things up there if at all possible. And you know, in case you're new to my channel, we live in a small house. It's we call it 1,600 square foot. If we were to sell the house, it would list as an 800 square foot house, but we have finished the basement pretty much to be livable space. But almost half of our basement, maybe a third of the basement, is devoted to our business. So it's not like normal living space. So if we took that out, we would have like a 1,200 square foot house, or 1,300 square foot house, something like that, that our family of 10 lives in. Anyway, so I'm always looking for ways to organize everything and to make it work for us. And forgot what I was saying about the kitchen now, though. Yes, I just wanted everything. Oh, I established my boundaries. That's what it was, of where everything's gonna go. Everything's got to be in the kitchen. And I started putting back things that I absolutely know for sure that I will use. And once everything kind of got filled up, you know, it's easy to see what's not going to make the cut, because I'm not going to like stuff things places. I want to have everything accessible, and it makes it a lot simpler, because in my own way of organizing things, when I do favorites first, I don't have to like think so hard about every single item, because I know I've already got the most important things put away, so everything else can easily be parted with. But I will tell you that it's hard. Like, when I started pulling stuff down out of the attic to go through it, it's like, it's so overwhelming. And sometimes I just look at it and I'm like, I don't even know where to start. There's just so much stuff to deal with and so many decisions to make. So that's why the category method is really helpful, because sometimes I think, okay, just like survey the situation. What can I start picking out that I can handle? Like, let's say that all my junk is a bag of M&Ms, and there's all the different colors of M&Ms. So let's say I'm going to just pick out the blue ones, and I'm going to deal with the blue ones right now. And I'm going to ignore the rest of them for a little while. That's kind of how this whole putting things in categories worked. Like, it wasn't necessarily all separated out into different piles. It's just that within the piles, I would reach in and I would find certain categories of items to deal with. And it took a long time. I mean, well, it took 3 months to go through to finish the attic and go through a lot of the house. A lot of areas were already pretty well under control, so it wasn't as bad as if I had never been on top of things all along. It could have been a lot worse. So if I were starting from where I was a long time ago, 3 months would not have been enough time to do this whole project. Anyways, so I'm going to tell you, from what I can remember, projects that we did to improve the house, or decluttering type things that we did over the last few months. Then I'm going to show you all the video that I took while I was decluttering, so you can kind of see what it looked like while it was happening. So I will start with the bathroom. I don't know why I like starting in there, but that's in the bathroom. I didn't really have much decluttering to do. We did go through the bath toys, and I just generally cleaned everything in there. I repainted the walls with the same color that we already had, because one of the things I was decluttering was paint. So I took all the paint and I touched up or repainted things around the house, and then I poured the paint into smaller quart jars to store and labeled those, and then dried up the paint that was left over to throw it away. We don't really have, we live in a small town, so it's not like we don't like have a lot of things available for recycling and all that kind of stuff that a lot of people have. So, and when I say small town, I mean like a super small town. There's 1,000 people in our town, so we don't have, there's like not anything. Even when I go to donate things, we have a Salvation Army 30 miles from us, but it's not a thrift store one, so it's just like a service one. So I actually have to drive 60 miles to donate things to a Salvation Army. They have consignment stores closer, but they are annoying because they have so many rules about how things can be donated, and they have to go through all your stuff. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I just want to get rid of the stuff. We actually have a small one that started up in our town, but they're only open for a few hours, 1 day a week, and they are bursting at the seams, they said. So that's not really a very good option either at this point for donating. So anyways, with the paint, I dried it up with cat litter, and then we threw it away once it was dry. So I painted the bathroom walls and the doors and everything like that in there. One of the things that was stored up in the attic was some faux tin ceiling tiles that I bought a long time ago, years ago. So Tom put those up in the bathroom, which is what they had been purchased for. And then our light fixture in there was like a brushed nickel, and the ceiling tiles were copper. So Tom repainted the light fixture to look more to match. So he like painted it black and then dry brushed copper onto it so it looks nice. And then we switched out all the light bulbs in there for those kind of amber looking Edison light bulbs, which gives a yellow light, but at nighttime it feels like a candlelight. So when I take a bath at night with a light on, it actually is really nice. In the daytime there's so much light coming from the window that it kind of doesn't matter, like for putting makeup on and all that. So he had replaced the wax ring on our toilet because that needed done, and then we put a new toilet brush. I bought a new toilet brush that's like a wall mounted one, because one of the things that was annoying was the brush would always get tipped over, and I didn't like that. So I found one that had this like metal ring that mounts on the wall, and then it has a ceramic pot that sits down into the ring, so you can take that out and clean it and everything, so it can't tip over. It's very nice. And I did declutter the cabinets in the bathroom. Then in our bedroom, I didn't have a lot of stuff to do in here. Did declutter all of my crafting and sewing stuff, and then Tom mounted some new shelves and baskets for me to sort. I had everything under the bed in plastic drawers, but I didn't like it. Didn't seem like it was working that well, so we're trying the baskets up on the shelf instead, and that seems to be working very well. And so we have the birthday party stuff in one basket. I have jewelry making stuff in a basket, yarn and knitting needles and things in a basket, just kind of like craft like felt and that kind of stuff in a basket. One of them has some scrapbook supplies, and I don't have my glasses on because it makes a glare from the window, but I can't read what the little labels say. Oh, sewing notions I think is the other basket. Oh, and also in here I went through my necklaces that I had hanging on a hook on the door, and I matched all my necklaces that I had that I still wanted with shirts that they went with. And then I bought those little drawstring jewelry bags, and I put a necklace in a bag and hung it on the hanger with the shirt that it goes with, because the shirts always get replaced on the same hangers in the closet. So it makes it easier now. If I actually feel like wearing a necklace, it's like right there, the one that goes with that shirt. So I really like that. I still need to do it with my earrings, but I did get the necklaces done. So then we have our utility closet, and I did a tour of that recently, so you can see more of a full story of what I did in there. But I completely cleaned that thing out. I got new plastic drawers and reorganized all of the stuff in there, and it's wonderful. It has stayed clean and tidy now since I did the project, which is like a miracle. I'm not sure how long it's been, but it's been over a month, maybe 5 or 6 weeks. I don't know. It's been a while anyways, and it never stays clean for like 3 days before I did this whole project. So it turned out really well, and I'm super happy with all of that stuff. That's where we keep things like our vacuum cleaner, disposable plates and cups and things like that. That's where I put all the paint that I had stored from the attic when I poured all the gallons into quarts and touched up everything. So it's all in there. Gift wrap supplies, small tools, and just kind of odds and ends. In the living room, I went through our little nature shelf above the couch and got that all clean and tidy, and mounted some things that we had added. I mounted them in our little display box, and we got a new rug in there. We put the old rug up in the attic. Tom installed a new ceiling fan in there. I organized all of the DVDs just by category. I got rid of all of the cases and just put them on those spindles like you buy blank DVDs on, or blank CDs. And then I use my label maker to label the case to say this is all, cartoons, and this is all grown-up movies and that kind of thing. So we don't hardly watch them, but I didn't want to get rid of them. But they took up room with all the cases, so that's nice having all that taken care of. I repainted the front door. We got a new chair, a little green chair that's like an office chair that we can wheel over to the table or use it in the living room to sit in there, since it's all one room. Our living room and kitchen are one big room. Actually, not big, but big for us. Okay, so in the kitchen, we completely rearranged the kitchen, like dishes wise, like inside the cabinets, everything was cleaned out, everything was rearranged. And then we literally rearranged some of the cabinets in that we moved our refrigerator and another cabinet. We swapped places with them so that it would help with traffic flow, because we built a new table and we got rid of the old table situation. And so we did that right before Christmas. I think right before Christmas we tore out, how did we do that? Yeah, we tore out the bench seat that we had previously, and then Tom built a new table for us. It's really a temporary table in that we had planned to get a nice tabletop, but we wanted to try out something before we committed to buying an expensive tabletop. So this is a temporary one. It's like 10 foot long. And so he built that, and to help with the traffic flow, we swapped the refrigerator and the cabinets positions. And then we got benches to go around the table. Tom had to build a new pot rack so that we could use the table, because our old situation, we had a different pot rack and it couldn't be used where it was anymore. So he built us a new pot rack that is over the new table. And we also put a new fan in the kitchen, a new ceiling fan, so that the two rooms would have the same light, just so that they would match. I touched up all the cabinets and, oh, the stove, that's what the other thing is. There was a big chip on the enamel on the stove, something got dropped on it, and so I bought some paint, some touch-up paint. It looked like a little bottle of whiteout, actually, and then I painted that, and it looks so much nicer not having that there. It's not like perfect, but you don't really notice it at all that it was damaged. I feel like, is there anything else in there? I know I'm going to forget things, and after I'm done with the video, I'll be like, oh, I forgot about this or that. In my office, that's where we come in and out of the house. So it's our back door is there. And so all of our coats and things like that are stored in there. And we were having a trouble with where to put all of our snow boots. So I got some racks and we hung those up above the stairs. And now all the snow boots are stored on the racks. And you can see in my office tour video, you can see that. I just did that recently. Then we did have a picture that was hanging there. So it's now hanging here in my bedroom above my bed. And that's one of the things I did with all of the pictures and things that I had up in the attic, like just decor items. I either put it up or I donated it, because I thought it's silly just to keep things that aren't getting used. So we hung up some shelves in the boys' rooms that had their names on that my grandpa had built, and then a shelf that my grandpa had built for me we put in the girls' room. And where else? I know that there's a couple different places I hung up smaller pictures. There's one by my desk now, a little painting like of some flowers and things. So anything I found that was up there had to have a home, or it had to go away. I painted the back door. I painted the banister, because that's where the stairs go down into the basement. And I think that's it in there. Then in the girls' room, we didn't do a lot in there. We kind of went through all their toys, and we have a big shelf in their room up high where we have all the toys stored, and I got new baskets for in there, because we had some Dollar Tree baskets that I just had when we did that project, but they're kind of short. So I got some of those square, like cube things that were taller, and so we could fit more stuff in there, and hung those, or set those up with all the toys in them and labeled those. And then, of course, the attic completely got cleaned out and organized with a big wall of shelves, or not shelves, plastic drawers. So all the plastic drawers that are up there, I didn't buy any of them for this project. They're all ones that I had been using in other places in the house, and then as I changed my mind or things were different, I kept hauling them up to the attic. And then once it finally got tidy enough that I could start setting them up, we put them all up into this big wall, and then organized everything up there. So you'll just have to watch my whole attic video to like get to see how amazing and wonderful it is up there. I'm so happy with it. Our room downstairs that we call our library is just kind of a little walk-through room to go to the boys' room and our pantry and Tom's office, and it's also where our laundry stuff is. Tom built some new bookshelves and a desk area on one side for the boys. Well, the kids. I always say the boys because my 4 oldest are boys, and they're kind of like the ones that are always the leaders, and so I just say the boys, but I do mean all of the kids. It's just, yeah, so they built those. We'd already done the book decluttering. We have still about 2,500 books, and this shelf actually did allow us to put more in the same space than we did have before, so that was nice. And then the only other thing we did in there was put one of those little like light switches that sticks onto things that is a light. We stuck that on the side of the washer because the area where we sort our clothes next to the washer and dryer is kind of dark, so Tom put one of those in there so that we can flip the light on and see a little bit better. Then we also put one of those lights in the boys' room closet, and he just switched out light bulbs in there, in their light fixture with some LED lights so we could get some brighter ones, because it's kind of dim in there when at nighttime. In the daytime it's got a big window, so it doesn't matter, but that's the only thing we did in there. The boys are pretty good about keeping their own spaces tidy in their rooms. Justice and Solly are iffy. but the 3 oldest boys keep their beds very nice and tidy, and I don't really have to do much in their room. There's a lot of screaming going on out there. I don't know if you can hear it, but I think it's about to come in here. Do we have a situation? So my battery just died just then when she was telling me her problem. Then the last room is Tom's office, and I didn't do any decluttering in there. He did do some stuff in some of his storage areas, but I did paint his arcade machine, because when I was doing all the paint decluttering, I wanted to touch up things, and he had built a new top for all the controllers a couple of years ago so it could hold more controllers, and we'd never painted it to match the rest of the machine, so it was just like plain particle board wood, and so now it's all painted nicely and matching. Alright, so that's a little rundown of what we accomplished over the last 3 or 4 months. We are on the last leg of this journey. I didn't do anything outside, and I still have big plans for I don't get to really touch the shed, that's Tom's space, but there's a couple of outdoor closets that I have that I did not get to, and I want to do stuff in there still. But right now I'm moving on to the 5th one, which is the sentimental items. So I have a huge wall of boxes. You've probably seen them many times in my videos in the last couple of months, that's full of sentimental items. So it has our pictures, it has stuff from the like school records since we homeschool, it had keepsakes, a few baby items, not much, but a little bit of stuff like that. Mainly is just stuff for scrapbooks or scrapbook supplies. Every time I found anything that was even remotely like that, like my brain can't handle thinking about this, I just kept putting it in boxes. And I have started like 2 weeks ago or so, I started a preliminary sort of all that stuff, but I realized I'm not going to make much progress until I have some place to put it. So I ordered a file cabinet that we're going to put up in the attic, and it arrived this morning, and I'm so excited about that. So I am continuing on this KonMari process, but for now I will show you what video I did take of the whole miscellaneous Komono category, and then the next video on this topic will be on the sentimental items. Alright, tomorrow, hopefully, Tom is going to be rearranging these cabinets and the refrigerator. So I'm going to do sorting of all of this stuff, even though I'm not getting all the kitchen stuff out yet today, so that I can have this empty for him to work with tomorrow. It sort of feels like things couldn't get much worse in here. I've got all the kitchen stuff I could find in the attic. We pulled out all the dishes, pretty much stuff we actually use every day. I didn't bother with those cupboards because they'll just take a second to go through. But we have successfully swapped the refrigerator and the cupboards. Excuse the noisy kids playing. I'm working on touching up paint where it needs to be touched up, and I'm beginning to put things back that are my absolute favorite must-haves first, and then we'll see where we end up with all of this. I also have a sink full of dirty dishes that I couldn't wash because I couldn't get into the corner to finish putting away the stuff that was in the dishwasher, and so I couldn't like carry on. But now that Tom's done with his part, I'm going to start trying to get this place back in order. I'm just sitting here editing this video, and it's a noisy day, so hopefully there's not too much distraction here, but I realized I must not have taken any video of the thing that was the most emotional for me, getting decluttering my kitchen items, so I just wanted to share that. I did take a couple pictures, but I must not have actually talked about it on video, or if I did, I can't find it. I thought I actually did, but Anyways, so I had a couple of things were special to me that I ended up getting rid of. One was a little blue glass punch bowl, like a mini punch bowl that my grandma Fern and Grandpa Kenny had given me as a gift in high school. And another was a blue glass coffee stirrer dispenser that my best friend's parents gave me as a Christmas gift when I lived with them for a little while. And both of those things were things that were special to me, but I knew I wouldn't use. And my mother-in-law, Tom's mom, collects blue glass. Excuse that. Has a blue glass collection. I've already given her another set of drinking glasses that I had that were blue glass that I had collected when I was out living on my own. So it made it easier to part with those items because we gave them to her as a birthday gift, and I know they will get to go with the collection of others, and that made it easier for me. But the thing that was the very hardest thing for me to get rid of was a set of china type dishes that my mom and dad gave me when I was in high school. So when I was 16, they gave them to me as a Christmas gift because I had chosen them from a catalog. When I saw them, I thought they were so beautiful. And I just always dreamed of having a home of my own and being married and having a family. And so it was partly was like me making a hope chest, I guess. I wanted those dishes, and so they got them for me. And I moved around quite a bit before Tom and I got married, and they always went with me. I always packed them up. I never used them, but I packed them everywhere that I went. And then once we got married, of course, we used them sometimes, maybe on Christmas or something like that. But they just didn't get a lot of use. And then we had our kitchen cabinets, the ones with the glass fronts, we had cut those panels out to put the glass in there so we could make like a display for them, since I didn't have a china hutch. And they lived there all these years, but it was prime real estate here in the kitchen, and they were taking up a lot of space. And by now we don't use them, partly because there's not enough anymore for our whole family. And anyways, I just started thinking about the reality of the situation. I needed that space for more important, useful items. I don't ever use them, but it was really hard to think about getting rid of them because they felt so special to me. So I kept thinking about what would I actually do with them, and I realized the most likely way that I would actually use them is on occasion I would get out a couple of dishes when I was going to make dinner for just Tom and I. Like if we were having a date night at home for whatever reason, then I would serve our food on these nice dishes. And I thought, okay, so how about I just keep 2 of everything? So that's what I ended up doing. I got out 2 plates, 2 bowls, and all that. And I also kept the teapot and the creamer. Anyway, so I kept a place setting for 2 people, and we actually have used it since then for some date night dinners together. Then I donated the rest, but I gave myself permission because I was really having a hard time with it to change my mind. So even up to the point that I was literally lifting the box out of the van to take it into Salvation Army, I was still like asking myself, do I really want to do this? But I did. It just made sense, and that's what I did. So I donated the rest, and I kept those 2 place settings, and so they take up very little space now in the cupboard compared to what all of that whole set had taken up before. I had in the past bought a few replacements for things that had got broken, so I know that there's companies that sell replacement pieces. So if something were to happen to one of the ones that I got rid of or that I kept, like let's say a teacup got broken and now I only have 1 teacup, I know I can replace it from this company that offers replacements. So that also made it a little easier to go ahead and donate all of those. So I just want to share that, and now we'll move on to the rest of the video. just expressing that his old furniture store days are coming out. He's got everything all nice and lined up here. Assembly line, yep.
Instructions.
Who needs instructions? Do these have dark tops like the other one? I hope they do. I think they do. I think it was the exact same. I got these little cute binder clipboard clip things. I thought they were cute. And then I made some labels with my Brother P-Touch label maker, and I bought some tags today. I could have just cut those out, but they had them for not very much at Joann. So I'm going to make some new tags to label my my new baskets up here with all my craft stuff. These are clear labels with black writing on them.
Mom, can I help you?
You want to help me?
Yes.
You can help by watching. Won't that be fun?
No.
It won't?
Fine.
Labels?
Yeah.
Okay, you can be my cameraman, okay?
That looks nice with,
Does it look nice?
yes, these lines. I'm putting that you.
Are you? You're supposed to point at what I'm doing, silly goose.
There I am.
There we go. Did they get to see it? Should we do another one? Can you point at this?
You doing a big good job.
Thanks. There we go. Can everyone see that? Now we're going to take a tag. Can you see it? Can you show them what we're doing? We're going to put that on there. And then we're going to clip it on. What do you think? Whoops, there's a hair stuck in there. Does that look good?
Yes, it looks nice.
Okay, good.
I see that this.
So most of my craft stuff has been stored in my bedroom, and I didn't want it under my bed anymore, so I put it all in white boxes till I decided what to do with it. That's when I came up with the idea of putting up the shelf with the baskets. So now I'm going to go through each one of the boxes and do the KonMari method of if it's something that brings me joy, it looks like something I would still buy and want to use and make something with, then I'm going to put it in my basket. If not, I will donate it. What are you doing, little girl?
I'm on this.
You're just climbing on that stool?
Yeah.
See, it looks like a dude with your collars up.
Mom, I want to look.
You want to work?
Yeah, I can see.
Did you see?
Can I do this?
I'm going to put these in this basket.
Well, can I paste them? Mom, can I paste this?
Uh-oh, we got a tangled mess here.
Can I paste Mom? I paste that, Mom. I have an idea. Mom, can I paste this?
Nope, we're just sorting out what we're going to keep right now.
Mom.
In this basket we're keeping some yarn, and I kept some little sample size yarns in different colors, and our knitting rings or whatever those are called. We have a kit to make a Hello Kitty scarf, These are some instructions for some of our tools and some stuff that came with some kits that we have. And then, just a minute.
I'm hungry.
And then we have this bag of plastic tools that goes with some of our kits and some crochet hooks. I don't know where my knitting needles are, so when I find those, they'll go in here too.
Mom, hungry is really hungry. Oh, I can make them on my lungs. I'm hungry. I am really hungry.
I was just going through boxes in the attic and I found this family picture. This was 2009, I think, at Tom's stepdad's wedding. And he is so good looking. Do you see how handsome he is? Got half as many kids back in 2009. There's Thomas, Asher, Judah, and little Justice. So do you know what we've got to do?
What?
We have to build a shelf above the door into your office because it will look like you're going into a secret door then.
Yeah.
There's carvings on here. It says 210.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
/4 question mark.
You can make a secret door. A bookshelf on wheels.
We should, like, in there, make a secret door. Only that leads into Solomon's bed.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it?
And Solomon would love that. Only there'd be a tower here, so you would have to do that.
There.
I can't bear to see. That's just one job. It's okay.
We are busy going through some boxes from the attic, and I found one I think might be interesting to these guys.
Can I open it?
Yeah, go ahead, open it.
Okay. Oh yeah, I remember these. we always played with these toys in the attic. We always played with these toys in the attic. And it says it's water balloons. I know. Oh, a giraffe. And it was really heavy to do this, so Judah. Giraffe.
Yep, it's a giraffe. It's also got Thomas's sling from when he broke his arm.
Tree.
Oh, these are the.
What were
Sure.
those things?
What were those things called? The little guys that you.
I remember.
I don't remember.
Oh, a crocodile. A parrot.
Oh, that's a cockatoo, like Connie cockatoo. We haven't got to that song
Oh, Miss B.
yet. Mr. B,
Oh,
it's plaster. Look, that's Mommy's hand in 1983.
but it looks like
Your hand fit?
I want to see if
Try your hand. Ooh, look at there.
it almost fits.
Yeah, almost the same size. I would have
wanna
been
see it.
5 when I had that done.
Ooh, then maybe I fit it, because I'm 6. It's mine now. We didn't need to change. Ooh, a pizza.
Yeah, I think these are all things that probably need to go in the stuff for later, like all the keepsake things. Keepsakes are last in KonMari method.
Ooh, there you got sway mode.
PlayStation controllers on the Saturn. That's a pretty rare connector. I don't want to get rid of my Saturn. I want to keep it.
Then I'll make.
Too many fun times with it.
Give me.
So we just have to stay in the attic. But my PlayStation can be in the trash. All these Japanese games.
This is Zeden's, but I call it. I'm good. No, it's not.
Do ya?
It's not mine.
Nintendo 64. I should get rid of it. I'm never going to hook it back up. All I had was one game. I don't even feel like I had the game. Oh, here we go. Oh no, the Virtual Pro Wrestling 64. That's awesome. Many memories on that. And the Mario Kart. That's all I got left. But I should probably get rid of it. More Saturn controllers.
Is that the one we're not keeping?
Well, that's the one we are keeping.
We are keeping. So let's go in this box then.
PlayStation controller that we're not keeping. This is a Virtual Boy. Ancient technology, one of the first virtual reality. Well, it's not really a virtual reality, but it was 3D at least. It's broken, but as far as the stand, but you can rest it on your head and lay down, and it works. I can't get rid of it. I'm gonna keep it. And this goes with the Saturn II. This, oh no, this is a PlayStation controller, right? One time, changed all the characters on here to have a zebra outfit and named them zebra names. And I'll bet you it's still that way. If you want to hook it up and see if it is.
He's decided to take all of his old technology with him to Magic tonight and offer it to the guys there before we really get rid of it.
Hopefully there's someone there who wants to give it a good home. Otherwise it's going to the garbage.
Sumo!
We found another box of paper in the attic that needs shredded, so Solomon is helping me.
Yay, this is nice. Oh, it smells nice.
Does it smell nice in there?
Yes. What stuff it in?
I think that's probably good, bud.
My back is getting so tired.
Your back is getting so tired?
Yes, I'm putting myself in.
Okay, I think that's good. Let's tie up this bag. It's Thursday morning and our house is one humongous disaster. Yesterday we went on a field trip and then when we got back, we hauled a whole bunch of stuff out of the attic. Actually, Thomas and Asher and Judah helped me for a little while. Rearranged some things up there. We hauled a whole bunch more stuff down that I've been sorting yesterday and hopefully going to finish today so that we can take a load of donations over and then keep working. But this morning it looks like something exploded in our house. It's awful. This is stuff we're going to throw away. I don't know how many Halloween and Easter buckets that one family needs, but we're going to pare these down quite a bit. Those are baby blankets that are going to go back in the attic and more donations.
I remember that blanket that I was laying on.
Yep, that was your baby blanket, the orange one. This is like pictures and scrapbooky type things that we'll go through later. We found a bunch of toys that we're going to put away. This is stuff that's going to go back in the attic and get sorted where it belongs. Are you sitting with Asher? Really? Pencil? Pencil? We found another box of paper that we had to shred, so there's a couple of bags of papers, shredded paper. And then these are ready to go to be donated. Who is going to go with me to take the donations? Judah, take this out to the trash, please. Asher and Justice, both of these are ready to go out to the van, so you can grab those and take them out.
When I take one.
Almost 2 seats are filled up in the van with donations, so I really just can't take everyone. And yeah, so Eden's gonna keep an eye on the little guys. Thomas and Judah will also be here, and then Asher and Justice are gonna go with
And me.
We'll be back in about 2 hours.
Okay.
So Claudia's taking a nap, and Sophia is playing. Solomon's going with us also.
Okay.
So. No, we're just gonna drop our stuff off.
Move this trash bag.
You know what I just realized?
Is that everything?
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to go open and shut.
Okay. I just realized that there was like 3 bags more outside in the garbage cans, and I did not even get them out before we came. Ah, that's aggravating. I guess we are going to be hopefully coming back in a few days. I can't believe that I just left all those bags sitting there at home that I should have grabbed and brought with us. Some happy kids.
This there.
How about you stand there and then Mom will walk this car? It's hot up here.
It's so hot.
It has nails all over it, so be careful. Nails.
Oh yeah, that's actually part of the ceiling in there.
Oh. Well, now it's time. This is garbage.
Just bring everything down, and then I'm gonna sort it, and then we're gonna take a bunch back up after we get it arranged, and we'll throw away and donate.
So much fun helping.
Is it? Take that back to Dad's section.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah. Just doing the job.
Look at all this stuff to go through.
Stop! Stop saying that!
Yep.
Mom, we're just having a nice time. And Mom. I like it going crazy and get then it goes crazy.
When the screen was on here, we were able to get shoes that fell in.
Mom, I can't go crazy
Oh, I get the wobbly.
You can't go crazy anymore.
Yes.
Here, I'll make it so you can go quick.
I'm out here in the van. It's a little noisy in the house because the kids are working on chores and things, and I wanted to be able to think for a little bit now that we've got everything down out of the attic about what my next step is going to be and just think through some things. So I've been working on a list here of categories of things that I know we're going to store up there. So I have this upside down, obviously, but I've got holidays, travel, food, like all of my big canning things and stuff like that, baby things, clothes, keepsakes, and then a miscellaneous section. So then once I kind of have an idea now of what for sure that I want to keep, I was kind of mapping out where I'm going to put everything so that I can be a little more focused as we start putting stuff back and sorting through things. There's a few things that I know that I saw come down that I'm thinking where would make more sense for them to go, that rather than keeping them in the attic. So as I thought of that kind of stuff, I was putting it right here. One idea I had was when we travel, we never use suitcases. I always use these black bags that I got from a 31 party, and but I didn't want to get rid of our suitcases because I thought you never know. And there's some sentimental value in them too, and that my mom bought most of them for the kids, and the kids felt like they were special, and so I don't really want to get rid of them, even though we currently don't use them. So what I decided to do probably is I wanted to have a drawer up there for each one of the kids to put their personal like keepsakes. And then I thought, oh, I could just use the suitcases. So I think that's what we'll do. So we'll just, each of them can use their suitcase as the place that they store those items that they want to keep that aren't like, you know, just, everyone has their little keepsakes. So they can use that. Then if for whatever reason we did want to use the suitcases, they could just empty the stuff out like on their bed or something like that while we were gone from home using the suitcase. And when we got home, they could unpack their clothes and then repack their keepsakes into the bag before we put it back in the attic. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Why don't you take those chairs next, Judah?
When they do the boxes and what we were on them and what junk we had, it's gonna be like crap or what?
Yeah, why don't you take those out? You can get that wooden thing there, Eden. Okay, after Asher gets out, then you can grab that. Okay, let her get this next thing. Just pull it towards you. There you go. Now that I'm up here starting to pull stuff out for the kids to haul down for me, I'm feeling super excited because I see so much stuff that I want to get rid of. It's going to be awesome when I'm done in here. So the main storage for up here is all of these plastic drawers, and I already had all of them. I didn't buy a single one to do this project. I had them from other projects around the house, like the boys' room when I tried to store Legos in them, and I had all my craft stuff under the bed in them, and then I switched to the shelf with baskets up high. So as I changed my mind about things, I just kept hauling them up here. Then when we started cleaning it out, we got them all stacked up like this, and it made this whole nice wall of drawers.
Cut it.
Oh.
And it's got glue on it already. I don't want to ruin your scissors with my crappy ones. Well.
It looks good, doesn't it?
It is.
Looks all different now.
Yeah. It's been a little over an hour since I left home. I forgot to take any video, but I just dropped off my donations that I had. I did find out that they have opened a little secondhand store in the town we live in. And for a couple of hours on Saturday mornings, you can drop off donations. So I might try to see if I can work that out next time. I'm coming sort of to the end of the major decluttering that I've been doing, so it might not be too bad to try to work it out to take it there. I really like bringing him over here where to Salvation Army. It actually I started doing it here when I was pregnant with Eden, because the midwife I was seeing had her office in this town, and so I already had to drive over here anyway. And then my sister told me about where Salvation Army was, and it's just so handy just to be able to take stuff and drop it off and not have any restrictions and all that, all of the closer secondhand places have. So I really just, it was perfect for me. Obviously, when I wasn't pregnant and didn't have to drive over here for a reason anymore, I just started coming over when I needed to donate. It's about 60 miles from our house. But it would be nice if there's some place just in town where I live that I can take things. So I'm gonna have to find out more about that. Okay, let's look in the closet and see what I've been doing in there. You gonna open it up and see? What? Where'd everything go? Have you just seen it without stuff in it?
Some stuff is missing on here.
Yep.
And on here.
Yep.
And all the way up there.
Yep, we got a lot to get out still.
What?
Yep.
Can I help you?
Yeah, we need to take all... Do you see the bottles of spray paint? You can take them out and put them on the TV credenza for me. Yeah, just like that. There's some over there on the back door. So I'm working on some new organization. So we have a great big mess in here while I work on this project. You can take that one.
Another one.
Yeah.
The puzzle's up, and then somebody else will have to do them.
Are you doing puzzles too?
Yeah, I got that one down there. These are the ones I did. Mom, I want to do the puzzles that Sophia's doing.
Okay. How about I'll get the whole...
Done.
Okay, I'll get the whole box of puzzles down. Obviously, we can't sit at the table at the moment, so we're gonna have to do something about this situation. And why are we wearing green today?
It's Patrick's Day.
Alright, who wants to come see the finished closet? It's done.
Wow. I'm gonna let everyone through. Or just make everyone sit there.
Here, close that door and then you can open the other one all the way.
Looks really nice. Does that look nice, Claudia?
Awesome.
Now my spot can be right.
There's still gonna be one more set of drawers whenever they come, and then we'll put the last stuff in it. Hang on, bud.
F.O. did nothing.
You're gonna go help him.
Claudia, you stay here.
The last set of drawers is gonna go on top of those ones, and then that's why there's nothing on that rack
But what
behind
about
it.
getting the stuff behind it?
There's not gonna be anything back there.
Right? I asked that right after you said there's gonna be nothing in here.
Dad was talking about building a fold-down desk for when you guys want to come in here and have some quiet. Sometimes they like to sit in the closet here because it's like the only super quiet place in the house. Well, Bill's Market's pretty quiet too. And when they're wanting to memorize or do something like that, they come in here and close the door where nobody can bother them.
It's cold in there.
Yeah, Mills Market is colder, isn't it?
You should just put a piece of wood right here. Make it work.
And you see this?
Oh, I was hearing that. See what? Sorry, it was on.
The wrapping paper rack. Look at how nice that turned out. No more wrapping paper falling all over in the closet.
Yeah, sometimes when they grab the ribbon, all of the ribbon would fall out.
Yep. And we're gonna use that small basket now for our prize basket, so it could be in the closet. Are you gonna steal stuff from the prize basket?
I guess it's just a little bit more.
You wanna come in and see it better? She's stealing from the prize basket.
Actually, you better not say it. Whoa, look, we can just put a piece of wood there for something.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna probably put those outside in the outdoor closet when we do that room, but for now I kept the jump ropes in.
We should put a piece of wood there so we can work there.
So this is the area that I used to have a white table right here, just a little small table, square, and it had some shelves underneath, and I didn't like the storage that it provided, so I bought these a couple weeks ago, and then I spray painted them gold because I thought that would look nice with the coloring of my curtain that I have here. And then I have that picture frame up there, so I thought gold would look nice. And then I cut scrapbook paper and put in the fronts of all the drawers. But then I use my label maker to label each of the drawers. So then we have our little bottles of flavorings and sprinkles, some candles, food color, and in the back is some candy flavors. And if you want to take the drawers out, you just squeeze the sides and they'll come out. Oh, and I should mention, I spray painted the sides on the outsides gold so that when the drawers are closed, the whole side, yeah, you can't really see that. Anyways, the whole side is gold then when you look at it from the side, and I thought that would just look nicer. This is my favorite drawer, the essential oils drawer. So I bought some pluck foam, and it's scored so you can take out pieces, and I put all my essential oils in here, and then I made little labels for the tops to identify what the oils are so they won't fall off anymore, because I used to have them up on the shelf and they would just fall off and get broken. So I'm really happy about how this turned out. Then Tom is going to cut a piece of wood and we'll paint that gold to match to put across the whole top to make a nice smooth work surface for me. And this was already here, my herb poster. I got this free from learningherbs.com when I signed up for a course with them. And it tells some common herbs and just a little bit about each one. I thought it looked nice, so I framed it and hung it up. This is a very recent addition. This was the old bedside lamp from my room, and the other one got broken. I can't remember what happened to it, but I kept this one just in case I thought of a use for it. And so I hung it here, and I loosened, there's a little nut on the back, and I loosened it to turn it upside down so that I could hang it like a street light. And then put one of these Edison bulbs in it so it looks really nice and kind of lights up my work area over here. I used to have all of my vitamins and things up on these shelves, but originally this had been my plan, was use these blue glass bottles for all my tinctures and put those up here. But then I felt like that wasn't working, so I switched. But now that I've got this nice little drawer system down here, I have lots more room. So I'm planning to put all my tinctures back into the blue bottles and make nice labels for them, but that's still a work in progress.